If it's done, so no, I think you think I was looking about it.
Don't understand something? If you don't understand something, you could ask.
Yeah, now it was a bit hard to do that. Yeah, no, but I think this is the machine. No, this spicy. Yeah. So no. I'm not. I just, I think it's. Yeah. It's fine. That's the way the movie was shot. I was close, but it's not. Yeah, it's in the book is not. So okay,
Yeah, we had to put everything in. So what was it? Only Shady answer with this.
yes.
What is the different,
What if not? Rabbi Osdoba,
Yes.
for 1B, it says, what if the Kli Rishon is not Yatzei lettuce? Is it asking if it's higher than
I
Yatzei?
actually did not discuss that in class. Right. No, not yes, no, not lower.
Low.
Yes. I didn't discuss it in class.
Okay.
Now, Tereba says he should be machmir, should be strict, even though it's not Yatziledis, because it's the Kli Rishon.
So this is the big thing.
But then it isn't just.
Are you serious?
Wait, I'm still on 2.
Yes.
Okay, is it permissible with salt? Yeah, machine in
Yeah, that's what we're.
Yeah, it's
Both.
something special.
Oh, water spices.
Yeah, water spices. I know salt something.
Okay, so those are listening online. We're doing a review sheet on Shabbos. So soon we're going to review together the answers to the questions.
Yes. First, to the creation. Yes. So you guys did have thought that. Is it from this page? Okay.
Is it? Oh.
It's all the acquisitions.
Yes, right. And you said wait, no, you need water and spices.
Yeah.
No other than okay, but let me see.
Is it going to become an equation? If it's not saying it, like, and then I just think that. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. That's why you need to make sure to do equation for this. Then you can.
Anything that's I can think.
So, which are the volumes required? Also because. I think it's because of English tradition. It doesn't make to it. It's not. Yeah. Oh, but it's cliche in general. Yeah, but I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Yeah, but I mean.
No, but that's like in general. But that does look probably. Is it less cool? It's just. It's really does. No, I don't, yeah, I don't think so. Right, I don't think we can. Oh, but here I go, and then we change it, so you can only put liquids and spice. So.
So this is the next question.
We want the liquid,
Then-
okay.
So yes.
No, not these two guys. No, right, exactly, and sugar also.
So I'm gonna be.
So, the last two, no.
I think we can now. This much in this field, yes. Is it in the middle? No.
Okay, is it permitted to put spices, liquid, and sugar? What? This is a question.
Okay.
No,
This might have
Oh, nothing, I think. Everything in this case, also spices. It's very, because, yeah. Yeah, it's clear, reshowing, yeah, so yeah, just the same as reshowing in this case. And you can put it inside that stuff. So this is fine, like, if it's here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
There's like, so we can't do it. They're rocking so how.
Yeah, there is so
Yeah.
No, it's not. A minute.
This is the. No, it's pretty delicious. At least it doesn't change.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember something like that, but
Yeah.
always supposed to be insane.
Yeah.
Except for cold water. Not just-
Yeah.
Allow only if it doesn't.
So I guess they're on.
Which is a one.
Or that's some coffee sugar and coffee sheets. Right? No. So it's always it's better if you. Yeah, it's what I use for doing more meals. Sure. Is it permitted to put spices? Okay. Is it, yeah, is it permitted to put spices like this? You know, quick, some coffee sugar, sharing and fishing, I think it's all breakfast. Actually, if you want to.
What if the liquid is previously cold, but it's not really a lot of interest?
Yeah. Yeah. Is the word from the previous watcher that I'm putting my first. Yeah, if you want, I'm confused before the.
Because I'm looking at all the next solutions.
Wait, evolution.
Oh, I don't know those.
What is the other one? Now, oh, isn't it about this one? It says that, like, when you have. Water on the machine, it was that.
Right.
The organic waters, and that water that's cold. Exactly. So no, it's not allowed, right? Because you're putting water. Is there an exception? B and B. What's A? Oh, no, you haven't decided, you just sheet. Because some of the water and there's. Oh, if you do your straw and you want to be sent to a tree, that means that's a lot. And in this way, this one's now. Unfortunately, back to 40 years. You see, the sucks there's also. What if the temperature? I don't think that there is brain, it's somehow loud.
I think he's talking about the.
No.
Yeah, but. So it's very good. One might necessarily not be allowed to, it could be allowed to, very small amount of water. But if there's big amount of water, that's a problem.
Because
I don't know.
To stir it up, water. I'm pretty sure you send it back. What about Wisconsin? It's an exception. I got Thomas. They thought like. Okay, should we skip this? Yeah. Is a fish in the inside, it's like the fish and take out the charcoal and move it, and then it's not fire. Isn't the same as the other one?
Now I'm having a feeling that this is not allowed, but my note says that it's allowed.
It's great. I don't think we did visual grade yet. We did visual grade yet. Okay, but. Answers. This is. Okay. I'm not taking a test. It's important for me. I think it's a key.
Should really mention to you that in in 2C, I speak about spices, liquid, instant coffee, and sugar. So instant coffee and sugar is really a machlekes. So when I wrote this question, I was going according to my father's opinion, but the other opinions hold that instant coffee and sugar is in a different category. I don't know if that's I'm sure I'm not being clear, but in other words, if you have one answer for it, that's according to my father. I didn't go into it actually. I didn't discuss. I may have mentioned it quickly that instant coffee and sugar is in a different category. So if you're answering, just focus on spice and liquid. Make it simple. Just think about spice and liquid. Instant coffee and sugar we'll discuss separately. That could be more of an issue. In other words, spice and liquid could be lenient. In other words, the answer would be yes. If you're answering yes, that would be just for spice and liquid. Instant coffee and sugar would be a machlekes. Some would be strict and say you cannot. You're recooking it. Okay?
No. It's going to be, it's going to be a combination of both. So. Okay. So just. Oh, wait, this is loud? A little bit of. I think so. But only if it doesn't. Yeah, but it's allowed. Okay. Whatever. So yeah, I don't know. Just looking at all the other questions, I feel like it's. It's a probably for the other ones about. Room temperature. Yes, okay, that. Yes, yeah, so it's like. Let's do it. Let's put them from. Yeah. Is it? Yeah, I want it both. I know. But we can point into something into the. It's the same.
You'll just do till just one page, then we'll review together.
Right.
Just till 8. Like this, we could also review together.
Because we still. Yes.
Listen, okay.
Yeah. So it's not why? Just thinking.
like, when this, well, but I'm going to have to hold it, and someone probably would have to. But then you have to.
Mr. Shine,
Yeah.
Mr. Shine.
I'll sue.
Was ist das Mann? Ich bin kaum so viel Mann. Mr. Shine. Was ist das Mann?
So much stuff.
Thank you, Michelle.
That is awful. The other side is. That's what
Ja, das bringt es auch. Im Maßen ist es, diese Schnee ist.
Yeah, I'm sure this is not.
Wow, so it's in the loop.
Ja, dies ist.
Would you just take the pot off? Good money.
How should I spend it?
Jewish this for yeah. Okay, no,
So what
what I want to be is what
I
and there is a little bit of there. Now, when it's not, I feel like there's just that. Like for it.
also, das ist also, dann kann ich schön.
Only if the now. No, it's yeah, we dance.
Is that also
Right. I mean, you can put your resume. Listen to the song. Nope. I could be the answer to everything. Bad.
That what is good about it?
Yeah, what?
Obviously, showing.
Yeah, maybe it's this. When is this? Yes. And everyone has been that if you live.
Like the
Take like a large one and order one at a time. And then it's allowed.
because of it, you know, okay, want to review it together?
Yes, yes, we have no questions.
Okay. So, you ready?
Yeah, like, I don't know.
So I saw that the son who explains over here, how do we categorize Yad Nichlis? What is Yad Nichlis? Spoke about Yad Silevis and Yad Nichlis. Yad Nichlis, you can burn yourself. So this is very odd. Nichlis, you can burn yourself. The son gives more of a clear definition how to figure it out. But that is, if you can leave your finger there for a few seconds, then it's not Yad Nichlis. In other words, if you if you stick a finger inside and you can't leave it there, then it's yad nichus. Get it?
I thought God
If someone's bring a cup of water, we could try it.
I thought God said this was like, it's defined as like something that's certificate for fail.
Correct. But it makes your hand recoil. But it doesn't mean you can't keep it there for a few seconds. In other words, if you have to push yourself, sometimes it's hot water that you couldn't leave it there. It's like really very, you feel like pulling it. Naturally, you want to pull it back, but if someone tells you, come on, keep it there. Okay. Then there's water that gonna burn yourself. You're not gonna be stupid. You know, it's like it's so hot. I think it's so
Yeah.
mamish. So that's what it means. If it's so hot, they could burn yourself, and you can't even leave it there for a few seconds. That's not nichlas. That's the way he explains. That's according to one of the opinions over here. As soon as another say that brings another way, counting with 15 seconds, 30 seconds, the whole thing with but this is a simple method. Okay, so let's do at least the first 8 questions. And that is, are you permitted to put salt or spices in a clean ishain if it's yatsi ledis?
No.
No. B, what if it's not yatsi ledis, meaning it's below yatsi ledis? That's what I meant. If it's not, then it's below yatsi ledis. So this we didn't discuss in class. I mentioned it before. And then is the Alter Rebbe says it's good to be strict. Why? If it's not yatsi ledis, because being that it's a kli rishon, and kli rishon is usually usually yatsi ledis, as an extra precaution that you don't come to do bishul on Shabbos. Usually it is yatsi ledis. The person is going to know that he could put stuff into kli rishon. It's not yatsi ledis. And what if it is yatsi ledis? There's extra precaution. They said if it's a kli rishon, don't put anything inside. I say anything, I mean things that could cook. I mean, not anything. I mean, salt, things that have an issue of bishul, you want to be careful because usually kli rishon is yatsi ledis. So as extra precaution, the Alter Rebbe said it's best not to put anything inside, even though it's not yatsi ledis. Get it?
Mm-hmm.
2, is it permitted to put salt in a kli sheni if it's yatsi ledis? What does the Alter Rebbe say?
He says to be strict.
Correct.
And to not do it.
The Alter Rebbe says you should be strict. In other words, we're being strict of it. It's not like it's absolutely prohibited. On a practical level, yes. Practical level, yes, you don't do it. But to our opinions that say it's okay. So one should be strict. Are you allowed to put challah in a kli if it's yatsi ledis? It's prohibited according to all opinions.
No.
One should be strict. It's a machlekes. Because challah is baked already. Yeah? Challah is baked. Some say it's baked already. What are you doing? You're cooking the challah. It's already baked, cooked, whatever, right? It's cooked. It's edible. But some opinions say that it is considered cooking because it was never boiled before. It was baked, but it wasn't boiled. So we are strict. One may put spices, liquid. Now, after what I told you before, I noticed that it seems that there is a lot more opinions than I thought that say that sugar is also fine. Maybe that those that are strict. So you could include sugar in there too. Can one put spices, liquid, I mean all liquid, and sugar in a kli sheni? The answer is yes. Instant coffee is a machlekes. It could be sugar. There's also other things, but I see how Farkash says that it's okay. My father holds it's okay. He holds it's okay. So
Sugar?
Pretty-
Sugar in a cliche.
in a kli sheni, yatsi ledis, not higher than yatsi ledis.
Okay.
Yeah, yatsi ledis.
But instant
We're
coffee.
discussing sugar that was cooked already.
Oh.
Sugar that was cooked already. That's what we're discussing.
Okay. That's like a specific type of sugar or all sugars?
I think all sugars are cooked. I think so. Can't say for sure.
Okay.
That's what I remember, that all sugars are cooked. And it's
Like sugar cane, like as in like the cane itself. Yeah. Sugar.
all the sugar we have is cooked.
I think so.
Yeah, that's it. But I'm explaining that's part of the condition. They don't pay because it's already cooked. Pardon me.
And instant coffee is not.
Instant coffee, some opinions are strict about it, not to. That's why you use a klishlishi. You have a klishlishi, then whole different discussion. 3, is it permitted to put spices? Again, same things. Instant coffee, sugar, in a klisheni, you can put everything together because anyways the answer is no. Klisheni, if it's yad nichvis, right? Yad nichvis, you can burn yourself. So the answer is no. Is it permitted to put salt and challah? Yeah, am I following? Is it permitted to put salt and challah in a klisheni if it's yad nichvis? It's not permitted, right? And again, it's still, you're being strict. It's still not according to all opinions, but on a practical level, the answer is no. Because the RP said you could put salt even in a kli rishon if it's not on fire. Some say chal is no problem. So it's still a machlekes, but practically the answer is no. Okay, next question. Is pouring from a kli rishon permitted on cold liquid? No, it's not permitted. It's actually also machlekes, but we go now. Rebbe says you're allowed to. Tzemach Tzedek argues and says you're not allowed to.
Oh.
Yeah.
So who do we?
We go by the Tzemach Tzedek. Ever came later, we go by because the later one already took in what the first opinion, what the previous opinion said. So he knew what Alter Rebbe's thinking was, and nevertheless he held different. So we go by the later one. That's how it is. It doesn't apply across the board these days. Like, the Rabbanim these days cannot argue with the Rabbanim that came much earlier or much greater. I'm saying much earlier, not just one generation earlier, whatever, it depends, because we're on a lower level. But we're talking about within that choice, in other words, within the Rabbanim that Rabbeim, Tzaddikim, who are all on the same level, right? So the ones that came later, we go by the later ones because they already took in what the previous one said, and nevertheless they felt different, whereas the previous one didn't hear what the later one had to say. So that's the reason why we go by the later one. That's a general rule. Halacha k'bashrei, halacha is like the later one. Again, but it doesn't apply these days, later ones that we, Rabbanim now, cannot argue with previous, the Rabbanim, the great Rabbanim from previous generations. Again, it depends. It depends who it is. If someone's really great, like Igris Moshe Feinstein, he would argue it. But generally speaking, no, we don't. And the Rabbanim know they know their status. If they don't know their status, then they're not Rabbanim. The real Rabbanim know exactly that they can't. They realize how great these people were, and they know that they can't argue. It makes no sense. And if they are arguing, that means they really not learning properly. It just shows a fault in them in their learning because it makes sense. Okay, 4. Yeah. We did 4A. 4B. What if the liquid was previously cooked? Now it's room temperature. The answer is no. But again, there are opinions that say you could because it's already cooked, but the halach is that no, you cannot. Is there an exception to A and B? Actually, didn't fill it into mine. I didn't fill it in. The exception would be I believe what I meant, because I put all the answers. I don't see the one. I didn't see it. I don't see this. I'm trying to think what I was referring to because it could be a bunch of different things. But I think I was referring to is if you're putting a small amount of hot water into a large amount of cold water. I believe that's because then you're allowed. In other words, when are you allowed to put hot on cold? If it's a lot of cold and a little hot. So you're putting a little hot on cold, the cold is not becoming hot, right? Putting a little hot on a lot of cold, it's not changing the cold. So then that would be okay. C, back to 4A. Okay, now we're going back to Kli Rishon on liquid, but here, instead of the liquid being cold, it's still warm. It was already cooked. Oh, this is important to mention. It's still warm, meaning we're talking about it was already cooked completely. We're not talking about water that was only cooked till warm, not higher. We're not discussing it. Discussing water that was already cooked fully till Yatziledus, and then went down, and it's now it's still warm. That's referring to that the answer will be yes, because it was already cooked and it's still warm, and there's machlekes, everything together. Dr. Rebbe draws a line in the middle of the two opinions, and he says it's okay. 5a. Is pouring from a klisheni yatziledus permitted on cold liquid? The answer is yes. And the answer B is also yes. According to my father, even for miyad nichlis, if it's klisheni to liquid, he says yes. It could be there's some opinions that argue with this. I haven't even looked into it. So this, according to my father, that even 5b would also be yes. Because you're going from hot onto cold. You want to know what the logic is, or you just want to go further?
I want to know.
The logic is because when you're pouring hot onto cold, we say that it's not the hot cooking the cold, it's the cold cooling off the hot. It's a scientific thing that I don't know how to explain more than what I'm saying, but the logic is, there's some logic to it, that heat rises, and generally the bottom overpowers. So when you put cold into hot, the hot is cooking the cold. When you're pouring hot into cold, because heat rises, and we said, I guess that's part of it. I think that's what it is. And in the bottom, it's cold. So the cold, what it does is it overpowers, because it's liquid, it overpowers the hot. And it's not the hot cooking the cold, it's the cold cooling off the hot. That's why there is an opinion that Alter Rebbe brings in himself that you're allowed to pour from a Kli Rishon hot into cold. Because the hot is not cooking the cold is cooling off the hot. But the Tzemach Tzedek argues, and that's why we don't. But if it's from a Kli Sheni, then it's already in a different category, and that's why we say from a Kli Sheni, hot onto cold is okay. Okay, so for those who wanted to know the logic behind it. Yeah, you had a question?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, does it matter how much cold water? Because it's just a little bit colder, it's not gonna cool off.
Right. Yeah. The way my father explained to me that if it's hot onto cold, even if it's a small amount of cold liquid, it doesn't matter. Because you're going hot onto cold, it's no problem.
And about 4A, I might be wrong, but I remember talking about like
4A,
yeah, like
hot and cold.
Yeah.
The answer is no. But if it's a large amount of, if there's a lot of liquid and a small amount of hot, then it's okay, because you're not cooking the cold. It's not changing the temperature of the cold.
Yeah, so because I wrote allowed only if it doesn't change the temperature. So is that true? Like it's allowed if it doesn't change the temperature?
You wrote that for 4A.
Yes.
Right. So he's saying, okay, so that's correct. It's allowed, correct, if it doesn't change the temperature. If it's a small amount, generally what it means is a small amount of hot water going into cold, it's not going to change the temperature. So then it's okay, right? Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so 6, is it permitted to put a hot matzo ball in a bowl of soup that is room temperature? What did we say for that? Putting a hot matzo ball into a bowl of soup that is room temperature, it's not going to change the temperature of the soup, because there's a lot of soup, and you put a hot matzo ball, it's going to change the temperature of the soup. Yeah, soup stays the same. You're not allowed. Oh, one second. I wrote here. Yeah, no. Right, you're not room temperature, not warm, room temperature. Room temperature is not warm. Room temperature is considered cold. The answer is no, because on the initial touch, when they meet together, it's cooking the layer. It zaps it so fast and it mixes so quickly that it doesn't end up becoming hot. Whereas liquid is different. Now you can ask, why is liquid not? Don't reply that issue, because that's what I explained before. Because the bottom overpowers the top, and it doesn't like zap it. It right away immediately blends together, mixes together. So it's different. And okay, I'm going to stop here because I want to tell you about Talamatar. Tonight we start saying Talamatar in the davening. For those who are davening Ma'ariv, if you don't daven Ma'ariv, so tomorrow morning. Shachris, you start saying the same Talamat instead of the same bracha. If you make a mistake and you finish the bracha and if you make a mistake and you realize before you finish the bracha you're still in Baruch Aleinu, then just go back to the same Talamat. Just go right back, wherever you have to. But if you already said Hashem's name, then finish the bracha, the Baruch Hashanim, and then you could say the same Talamat the bracha right then and there.
After you finish the bracha.
Right after the bracha. Right. No, it's because it's right after, it's still connected to the bracha. You're still in that neighborhood. So you can still say it.
Mm-hmm.
Once you start the next bracha, you say the bracha Tekah, forget it. You can't go back, you can't correct at that point anything. And you don't go back to Baruch Aleinu, and you wait till Shema Kileinu. And when you come to the bracha of Shema Kileinu, you will insert the same Talamat bracha in Shema Kileinu. Where in Shema Kileinu? The same place. You take a siddur, you'll find when you say Anenu on a fast day. On a fast day, we insert Anenu by Mincha, right? In Shema Kileinu, it's in that same spot you will insert the words the same Talamat bracha, and then you will continue. What if you forget again? So as long as you didn't say Baruch Atah Hashem, you didn't say Hashem's name, you go back. Once you say Hashem's name, you finish the bracha, and again you do the same thing. You say those words, you say Talamat Bracha, right after the bracha Shemei Al Tefillah. If you already started the next bracha, then what you do is you have to go back to Baruch Aleinu. You go back to the bracha Baruch Aleinu, and you correct yourself. Then as you start all the way back to Baruch Aleinu until the end. If you remember after you finish the Amidah, you have to repeat the Shmoneh Esrei because you're not Yaitz, you didn't say the same Talmud.
But
Okay.
if you already said Ritzei, then you go back to Baruch Aleinu.
Once you already start, you say one word in Ritzei,
Yeah.
then you have to go back to Baruch Aleinu.
Okay. So if you remember after Ritzei, like that, like before Moedim, then can you still go back?
You remember after Ritzei?
Yeah.
Anytime, yeah, any point from Ritzei and onwards, you go back to Baruch Aleinu.
At any random point
Wherever you are in the Amidah, you go
Okay.
back to Baruch Aleinu. Now, once you finish the Amidah, you can't go back to Baruch Aleinu, go back to the beginning of Shmoneh Esrei. But as long as you're still in the Amidah, now what's called still in the Amidah? Still in the Amidah means that you're not ready to go back 3 steps. Once you're ready to go back 3 steps, that means you're done. So until you're ready to go back, you're still finishing up. You're not ready to go back. It means you're still in the Amidah, and you go back to Baruch Aleinu. Okay?
Yeah.
Got it?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so hold on to the sheet so we could continue Mitzvah Shem on Monday. Should be class Monday. Monday and Tuesday will be regular class. That's what I was told.
Yeah.
Wednesday there won't be. So hold on to the sheets. If you don't hold on to it, I can hold for you. Hold it?
No.
Oh, you take it, good. Okay.
No test, right?
No
I-
test, no
yeah.
test, no test. Okay.
So did that Tzemach Tzedek edit the Shulchan Aruch, or only in certain cases would he say that's different?
No. He didn't edit. No, there's certain things that he argues with Al Rebbe.
Okay,
There are certain things that he argues.
okay.
He wrote a sefer, not like going. He did write a sefer with Shalos Teshuvos, questions and answers in halacha. But he didn't rewrite the Shulchan Aruch. No, he didn't do it Al Rebbe to write it.
Okay.
No, he didn't do that.
Okay.
But there's different things that he argues.
Yes.
Free. You're messing up. Sorry.
There-
I really go. I don't know where I'm just somebody. Just no, that's. But if not.
Oh, they didn't shut it.
Okay, I'll know that.